When you see a very enticing chocolate chip cookie in front of you at, let's say, a concert or a mall, do you think about eating the cookie or at the Target experience, being the shopping or the music? This speech will give examples and statistics that show whether people get distracted by food, and then also when food does and does not bring enjoyment. You see food every day in your lives. Why would you not want to learn about why you want to eat the food and why do you not at the same time? Food has a presence that can bring enjoyment or decrease it depending on the experience you're having with the food. I will be speaking on the research done on how food brings yourself enjoyment but also displeasure. First, I will be discussing examples of studies with participants at different Target experiences. A Target experience, for example, is only listening to music at a concert, only shopping at a mall. The first study was directed in a college on-campus dining hall where food selection is unmatched. The test was to see how students would react to their main course with and without the presence of dessert. The study showed that students that walked into the dining hall and saw a dessert section filled with tasty desserts enjoyed the main course much less than the group that had the dessert taken away. This was not a fluke, but scientists directed another study 2, where they did the same thing but at an outdoor concert. On the way into the concert was a dessert table for one group of participants and another group that did not see any food when walking in. The presence of food showed a decreased enjoyment at the Target experience, eating dinner at the dining hall or listening to music at the concert. Then Study 3 came about. Study 3 was also directed in a dining hall, but a very different test. This time dessert was not laid out on the table for a student to physically see and feel, but instead there was a picture of a Christmas cookie when you walked in. This was to test the mental imagery of the student, and if you cannot guess, yes, the student thought of the cookie more than their own dinner. Again, these studies will show us how and why people get increased and decreased enjoyment from food. And now let's talk about getting enjoyment from the presence of food. Have you all ever been eating something and you find it very delicious, and then you see someone across the table eating something you find very disgusting or something you don't like? Well, Study 4 investigated what happens to your enjoyment levels when this occurs. They had a group of people completing the activity of coloring a book and presented a prize of a kind bar, like a protein bar, to them once they finish. People that were hungry finished the survey quickly, but participants that weren't too hungry took their time. Now, I believe that those participants took their time because the prize was a kind bar, something healthy and bland, not something like a cookie. Say the participants were awarded with a piece of cake or a scoop of ice cream. No matter your hunger, you would want to finish that survey pretty fast. Lastly, Study 5 was conducted almost the same way. A couple hundred participants were put into a library and told to look around at posters and books. Half the participants were shown a sleeve of Oreos when they walked in and were told that they could eat them prior to leaving after looking around the library. As you could guess, the students that were shown the cookies fantasized about eating them the whole time. One participant stated, during the picture viewing task in the library, all I thought about was the taste of the Oreos. The enjoyment results came in, and as you could assume, those participants without the cookies enjoyed the library visit much more and learned a lot more than the ones that were dreaming and fantasizing about eating the Oreos. Food has a presence that can bring enjoyment and decrease it depending on the experience you're having with the food. We always think about when and how food makes you happy, but in the grand scheme of things, food can easily decrease the enjoyment of one's experience by just smelling or just simply looking at it on a printed paper. Thank you.